Last time on Knights of the Rolled Table, the knights successfully brought back Pluon, a Tortle sorcerer, but failed to contain Sozeb the Industrious. Pluon's cousin, Wander Durdle, agreed to help the knights on their next rescue mission to Zolar Spiral, his home realm. After trudging through the swamp and hitching a ride on a giant alligator, they met a hag who only spoke in rhymes. In exchange for helping an infested tree and taking something personal from each of them, she would send the party to where the missing knight was. They agreed, and she began to cast a spell.
She snaps her fingers, and all of you just kind of everything around you goes, and like you're zooming down, everything starts to grow and get bigger and bigger and bigger, and everything around you gets huge, and you sense all of this wind and air swarming around you, and then all of a sudden things are completely out of focus, and you find yourself tingling as if your muscles went to sleep and you're trying to shake off the numbness. Around you, you look around and you see huge patches of bark, giant blades of grass, which you realize are part of a moss, and paths of vines, which are what you now gather are regular vines, but they look like gigantic bridges going from what look like mountain peaks, which are these roots coming around. So you look up and you see a massive, monumental, gigantic version of this old lady, and she looks down and points in the other direction towards the tree. Kind of big.
About how small would you say we are? I'm just out of curiosity. I'm trying to picture it.
You are tiny.
Like ant sized?
Like ant size, yeah.
We're Pikmin. All right, let's go.
Yeah, you're ant size, and you're right on the verge of this tree, where all of the bark tends to split, and there's a big split in front of you, which leads inside.
Let's go!
No, you don't have to talk like that.
I just wanted to see if I could pull it off.
Everything's in proportion, so you don't... Yeah, I'm not going to...
Let's go!
And Melbin will head towards the crack.
Okay. The split in the...
Split, that's the word used.
Okay, so you head inside. You all kind of take in that you have shrunk down to a very, very tiny side, and you're looking for some sort of source of this infection, based on what you heard from the old lady. Wander, go ahead and make a history check.
16.
16. Okay, it's coming back to you now. The legends, the urban myths, the lore. This old lady, this hut. The warnings when you were a child. Oh, some 60, 70 years ago. This must be the hag, Old Tula, otherwise known as the Belle of the Bog.
Right, the Belle of the Bog.
The what now?
Were those human words?
She's a hag.
There's no need to get personal, darling.
In the classical sense.
Well, I guess we better be stopping this corruption in here.
Y'all make your way in to this big split, and as you walk through the big side walls of bark, it looks like you're entering the inside of a mountain cliff. Cavernous grooves that are carved tunnels of wrought, dark, mossy holes that are probably no wider than a gold piece, but now are the size of a building, and you're making your way in this dark and gloomy, very dark, if you don't have dark vision, which some of you do, and some of you have goggles. Melbin puts on his goggles. If you don't have that, you're going to be searching for light. So Yenni is having trouble seeing. I want to say you have dark vision, Wander.
It's not in my senses.
No,
Oh, okay.
turtles I don't think do.
Okay, so Wander's having trouble seeing.
I'll do produce flame rather than dark vision.
So Igneous creates a bit of flame, and are you doing that in your hand or from your hair? Like, what do you want to do?
Well, actually, so I have the thing where my eyes can light up, but probably for some extra light. I mean, if I can make a torch or something and create some light for people, I'll do whatever's most efficient.
Yeah, I'll say you probably have a torch in your kit, in your adventurer's pack.
I'll light a torch and hand it to Yenni.
Okay, so Yenni takes a torch. You make your way into this cavern. There are you see a couple of as you're making your way through this passageway. It weaves back and forth, and you're making your way up. There's little ledges that you have to help yourselves up. Every once in a while, you see something move on the wall, and you notice that it's a small insect, which is now about the size of a car, like proportionally, like a wagon, and they just kind of move along. They're not looking at you or anything. They're just kind of like moving along past you. One of them kind of comes right up to you and then stops and then sort of backs up and goes around and walks on the ceiling, and there's some that are going back and forth every couple minutes. But you're making your way in, and you're getting the sense of this creeping decay. Melbin especially, you're getting a sense of that, and I'll say Theo too, because you have a good passive perception with nature, a sense for nature. So you're making your way in, and you come to the inside, which is this large spherical chamber. And I'm going to add an image into the chat here, kind of a map of what this looks like. So inside of what you're assuming is inside of the tree, and when I say large, you're very small, so it's about the size of maybe a basketball. But to you, it's a large spherical chamber, and internally there's three interconnected strands of this crystalline rocky thread. There's all these little what looks like kind of webs, but it's not a silk. It's more of a rock structure. It's very hard and brittle, but everything's kind of shiny and beautiful. With the light that's now come in, there's refractory light that's coming off of the sides. It's white and salty and silty and crystalline. Some of it's translucent. There are little ledges, kind of three main ledges that go around the outside perimeter of this sphere, and poking up from the bottom of the sphere, there are five, about 30 feet proportionally. Of course, it's not feet; it's more like millimeters or whatever. But there's these 5 towers of crystal, and on the top of them, there are these little pods, these little what's the word I'm trying, like an embryo with something inside, like kind of like this dark shape inside of each one of these pods on the top of them. So that's what you see. You also see on the top, where these sort of perimeter paths are, is a skittery purple beetle, twice as big as you, and it's got these large mandibles, about the size of Wander, and it kind of has this high-pitched squeal. It kind of turns towards you, and you hear this from around the walls. What looks like little pockmarks and areas of the walls all start moving, and you hear this skittering and this kind of scratching everywhere around the wall, and a lot of the walls just start flying out, and they all fly towards you. And I need everybody to roll initiative.
Holy.
Wander, you're actually up first.
All right.
You see a swarm of insects coming towards you, and there's this large beetle on the walls and several spires with these embryos on top. There's 5 of them. What would you like to do?
Okay, I would like to cast Shatter at the swarm.
Ooh, okay.
That's
Shatter,
what I would
yes.
like to do.
You can do that. As an action, you're going to cast Shatter. What level would you like to cast that at?
That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to ascertain. Like, what's the advantage of going bigger on it?
The bigger you do it, the more damage you cause.
They seem kind of small. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna kind of cut it into 2, and I'll go with the 3rd level.
Okay, 3rd level. Go ahead and I think I don't. Do I make a save or what? How does?
Let's see. A creature centered on a thing of noise. Each creature in the 10-foot radius centered on a thing must make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. All right. It's a swarm, so we're just gonna say for this section of insects, they rolled a 14. I don't think that saves.
It says Con 16.
Yep. So that fails. So we'll just say the shattering of this section. Wander just lets out this concussive blast that rips through all of these insects, and you see insect husks and shells just, and it's on. The battle has begun. That is your action. Would you like to take a bonus action?
Do I have to roll damage? Anything?
There is lots of them, and they're relative. They're about the size of your head, so they're pretty small, but there's just so many of them.
Yeah.
In this case, you've basically taken out a section of them. There's still like hundreds left.
Gotcha.
But I'll just say within the 10 feet radius of the ones that have gotten close to you, they're obliterated.
Then yeah, I definitely have a bonus action. I'd like to give Bardic Inspiration to Yenni.
Okay.
And that's a bonus action creature within 60
Yeah.
feet. Everybody knows it. We're good.
Yeah, so Yenni, you have a bonus dice. Does it say... I think it's a D8? No, actually, you're at level 10, so it's a D10, I think.
Yeah, inspiration die, D10.
You have a D10 inspiration die, and Yenni, depending on how you use this, because of what kind of bard Wander is, you can use it either as a... help me out, Chris. You can use it either as a bonus on a saving throw,
Yeah.
a attack, or
an
a
ability
check.
Yeah.
So depending on how you use it, you have this little moat that forms around you. And what's the form of your moat of creation?
Oh gosh, for Yenni, I'm gonna have it be a. It's gotta be like a tiny little monkey.
Okay.
It's just like a monkey, like head.
Yeah. You see this little floating green monkey head, just kind of like floats next to you, and it's like, it doesn't say anything. It just kind of like, it's like there, and you kind of look back at Wander. It gives you a big claw thumbs up, you know? And you feel pretty good about it. Like you just sense like, yeah, okay, monkey head, I can do this. Like, it's there when you need it to do something. Depending on how you want to use it. All right, that's your turn. Inspiration given. Yenni, it's your turn. You got a swarm of insects heading towards you. There's a giant beetle that's skittering around. What would you like to do?
Let's do this, monkey. And I'm gonna rage, and I'm gonna go for that beetle.
Oh, okay. All right. You're going to go for the beetle. Luckily, it's on your level, so I will say you get... what's your movement?
35.
35. Okay, you will actually reach the beetle. Okay, cool. So with a rage, attacking the beetle, go ahead and give us an attack.
All right. Yeah, 19.
19 misses.
This beetle, man.
You slash into it. This is with your axe.
Mm-hmm.
Blood axe. You go, ah! And it goes, and it kind of whacks against this really hard outer shell. and the beetle just goes. But you have another attack.
All right. Let's go. Better than 19. Come on. 16.
Take another attack. Going for the head, and the mandibles kind of snack it together and just clamp on the blood axe, and it stops before you can even make contact, and it opens it up, kind of throwing you back a little bit. You're just like, I'm so angry right now. That's your turn. Igneous, you're up, followed by Theo.
So many options. I will run up to the beetle and hit it a bunch.
The beetle,
I'll run
okay.
up because I'm kind of run up the walls a little bit. I'll run up and kind of like drop down on top of it and beat on it.
For sure. For everybody that's attacking the beetle, we'll take a normal turn. If you decide to attack insects, go ahead and pre-roll some sort of attack, and if you roll anything above, I'll just kind of say anything above a 12, you'll take out some insects. So if I get to your turn and you're like, I'm going after the insects, I take them out. You can just think about that.
What if we roll a nat 20? Because I just did.
Then you'll take out more insects.
Okay. So just
if you go after the insects, I'll just let me know that, and then I'll describe it. So Igneous goes up to the beetle. You're going to make an attack. Go ahead.
Well, this
2
is
attacks.
bad. 2 attacks and flurry of blows. I rolled like a 12, a 16, a 13, and an 18.
Oh!
And I believe a 19 just missed.
All of them miss, unfortunately.
Stupid.
But I think you can save a key point, because I think you only get flurry of blows if you hit on one of your attacks, right?
I will go with that.
So yeah, or at least that's how I did it as a monk earlier. But so you can save a key point there.
All misses either way.
Yeah. All right. Unfortunately, Theo misses. Igneous misses. Theo, you're up, followed by Diedre.
Okay. 2 questions, or one a question for you.
Sure.
So if I were to summon an animal, does it summon it its scale?
Let's find out. I so wanted to do that, but it wasn't worth the turn.
Right? It'll be relative to us, right?
Let's find out.
Okay. So a bunch of
Summon
insects. Bunch of insects. Well, what likes to eat insects? But a bunch of frogs. So I'm going to summon 8 frogs to come into this chamber and to have them start using their tongues to eat up the insects.
Okay. So what happens is Theo swirls his. You have a staff, or I forget.
The shepherd's crook with the
shepherd's crook. Yeah, you kind of swirl your shepherd's crook around, and as it leaves this kind of nature mist energy, and on these green blobs kind of form and solidify with a spectral nature. They are not real, supersized frogs. They are to scale of you. It seems like everything kind of scaled down to your proportion, but they are bigger than the insects, so they're not like tiny frogs to you. They're frog size, but they're not like giant frogs, right?
Gotcha.
They're not froghemoths or anything like that.
Yeah.
So they're just as big as you are. So they're pretty big, and they start all these tongues just start going out. It's like fireworks, but it's all these tongues with like big sticky tongues going out. You take out with the frogs. Take out a 2 waves of insects. Just what else would you like to do?
I'll cast Shillelagh and then move me and the frogs kind of towards the beetle to kind of give cover from all the insects.
All right. That's your turn. Diedre, you're up.
Okay, so the big beetle guy. I'm gonna try my lightning more. Can I get within 15 feet of him? How far away am I?
Oh, absolutely. It's getting a little crowded. So the way that the perimeter works is it's about 10 feet wide, and there are several people. Igneous is kind of on the beetle, and Yenni's in front of the beetle, and Theo kind of went to that side, so you can kind of make your way around, and you're dexterous and nimble enough to get up there. But it is getting a little crowded, so just to let you know, like you'll probably have to like jump over Yenni to get to the beetle.
Okay. I don't need to get to him. Just want to get within 15 feet.
Oh, okay, yeah, you can do that behind Yenni.
And I want a straight shot though, because I want to use my lightning more.
Okay.
On him. So
You're
basically,
trying
he has
to
to
pull
make
it towards you.
Yeah, so he has to make a strength saving throw.
Okay.
Against
Strength.
a DC 16.
All right. That's a 19.
Well, this spell was useless.
What? It's good. It's very strong. So you do lightning lore. It goes around one of its legs. It's a strong leg, and it kind of just severs on a serrated part of its upper leg, and your lightning lore breaks and snaps, kind of taking you back. It's a little surprising because it looks like for its thin legs it would be weaker than that, but it actually surprisingly intact.
Mm-hmm.
Anything
is there
else?
Anywhere that I can kind of like maybe hide myself or get myself in a strategic position with this big old baddie?
With the terrain being what it is, I would say the best thing you could do is hide behind Wander or Theo,
Okay.
and they can give you partial cover
Okay.
on the ledge.
I will do that.
Or you can jump down. There are these 5 towers. If you jump down and get to the towers, you can kind of hide within there.
Okay, I could do that, and I mean maybe I could start climbing one because I have my second story work. So basically, I can climb faster than normal. Like it doesn't cost me any extra movement to climb.
Okay, I'll say that you can. So Diedre leaps. Make an acrobatics check.
22.
22. They're about 30 feet tall. You leap from this ledge where you are and traverse and kind of climb on to one of the towers about 15 feet up. So it's about 10 feet, so you get a little bit of height. And Diedre nimbly jumps up and just kind of wraps around the tower halfway up one of the towers. So she's there, and you're going to use a little bit of movement to get up. So you're not quite at the top, but you're...
While I'm up there, can I see better, like, what's up top, like, in the little cocoon?
At this distance, you're about 12 feet away. Make a perception check.
$11.
11. It's very murky. It's hard to see. You see a big, dark shape.
Got it.
Inside.
Okay.
All right. Yes. Okay. Next up is the insects. So there are lots of insects still coming towards you. I will say anybody that took out some insects does not have to do this, but everyone else. So Diedre, Melbin, Yenni, Igneous, and Wanderer, you took out some insects, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Theo did too. So the people I mentioned, I need you all to make... Actually, I'm just going to do an attack. We'll see if this hits you.
Even though I'm up top?
Yeah, they're flying. They're flying insects. It's a swarm. Okay, Melbin, does a 17 hit you?
Nope.
Okay, miss. Diedre does a... No, that's going to miss. Yenni, a 10 will miss, and... Oh, here we go. Nat 20 for Igneous.
Oh,
so,
come on.
Hey, I missed 3 of you. Okay. Igneous, you take 9 points of bite damage, piercing damage. All these little insects are kind of clamping on, and the rest of you manage to like swat them away with one thing or another, but they grab Igneous's arms and kind of they're nibbling at you, and it's like all these little like
to my mouth.
It'd be like the sides
Hurts.
of birds, right? Like getting attacked.
Yeah,
by a
they're
bunch of
like little
pigeons.
birds pecking and
Ugh.
pecking at you and picking off
Horrible.
skin and stuff like that.
Oh,
Next up is the beetle, the sugar rot beetle.
Oh no.
All right, so the sugar rot beetle turns to you. It's gonna face Igneous. Are you on the beetle?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's not gonna hit Igneous, but Diedre is on the thing. So Yenni, Wander, and Theo. You need to make a dexterity saving throw.
If any of you are within 10 feet of me, add 4 to that.
Theo.
I got a 16.
18.
Yenni, what'd you get?
Got a 12.
12. All right. Yenni is right up front and unfortunately does not save from this spray of sugary white crystalline substance. Just goes right towards you like ice shards and hail. And it stings your skin and gets into your armor. The other two of you manage to shield yourself. Wander, you turn and it hits mostly your shell, but it does start to sting. And this corrosive acid gets into your body and on you. So, Yenni, you take 12 points of acid damage. Wander and Theo, you take 6 points of acid damage.
Okay, and I had a question.
Yes.
I have a ring of regeneration.
Yes.
Does that do anything for me since I got hit in the swamp with my foot melty?
What does it say? Remind me what it does.
It gives me 1d6 hit points every 10 minutes, providing that I have at least 1 hit point.
Yeah, you would have healed back the damage that you took from the foot.
Okay.
So yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. So your foot got better, but now this just it hurt in a different way.
It did.
All right. So that was the sugar spray. Terrible name. And now it's going to try to. Nope. That's it. That's its turn. Melbin, you're up.
All right.
Followed by Wander.
I'm going after the insects.
Okay.
With my multi-attack, I rolled a 15 and a 20. Plus
Okay.
plus 10 to both of those.
All right. You take out an entire section, a third of just wiping them out. One hits another. It's like a pool bowl kind of ricochet. Boom, 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 and they just with divine energy just going like splattering, and carcasses and insect parts go everywhere.
Well, that was going to be my next
away.
question: is can I use divine smite to take out more?
I mean, you can. Probably no,
Because it's a creature, so I feel like no. Yeah, that was my instinct, but I wanted to check with you. Okay.
In this case, no, because it would just obliterate them more.
Right.
But
That's what I
so I'll
figured. I
say-
just wanted to double check.
yeah.
Cool. And then with my movement, I will try to get up closer to everyone else so that my auras will be helpful to them.
Okay. Yep, you can do that for sure. Top of the round, Wander, followed by Yenni.
Okay, Wander. I had a question. There was like what did Diedre see with like the thing that was kind of dark and
In the embryo, she saw kind of a dark shape inside of the embryo that she's kind of nearby.
All right, I want to get my wand of wonder. I want to point at that, and I want to zap it.
Okay. Let's hope something good happens. Go ahead and roll a D100 die
All right.
for me. Wand of
I got-
Wonder.
I got the actual ones for this.
Yes.
Okay, that's an 89. I remember things getting scary up to that point. So
Okay.
89. Oh no. Oh, 89. A stream of 1d4 times 10. So.
Oh gosh.
Let me just read it out. A stream of 1d4 times 10 gems, each worth 1 GP, shoots from the wand's tip in a line 30 feet long and 5 feet wide. Each gem deals 1 bludgeoning damage.
What?
What?
And I rolled a 2. So
20
gems.
gems? So 20 bludgeoning damage. Oh my gosh. So much. What is that? I had to deconstruct this. So Wander points the wand at this embryo above Diedre.
Yeah.
And rubies and emeralds and sapphires and diamonds, and they're all just and these 20 shiny gems just point out and pelt this embryo, and kind of some of them go into it, and it starts to crack and chips away at the outer shell of the embryo. And it starts to chip and little flakes fall out. Diedre has to kind of shield herself as gems are just falling on top of you. But
Wander, I don't think we're going to be friends, darling.
Those are worth money.
These gems are all like smaller than a grain of sand.
Yeah, they're pretty small. It hurts. It does show you that inside, you're able to see, Diedre, that inside of this embryo of sugary crystal, there is a caterpillar carcass that has been frozen.
Ooh.
What's left of some sort of a caterpillar.
Interesting.
I'd also like to give Bardic Inspiration to Igneous.
Yeah.
Okay, what form does your mote of inspiration take?
Oh, this time his it's gonna be a it's gonna be a something really cool.
Think about it, and we'll go on to Yenni.
Yeah.
Just let him know, or let me know when you got something. Yenni, you are up, followed by Igneous.
Okay, so I'm still near the big beetle, right?
Yes.
Got it. Is there any sort of... I mean, I assume this is just a regular beetle. That's big to us. But any sort of, like, connecting points in the exoskeleton that I can hone in on, you know, and really, like, go for the chop at?
Yeah, it's kind of where the head meets the body of the beetle. There's areas where the plates are a little bit weak, so you can definitely go after that with your attack.
Okay, got it. And I'm gonna make this a reckless attack, so
Okay.
I have advantage on this one.
Gotcha.
19 again.
19. But you have inspiration.
That's true.
Do you want to use your D10 inspiration die?
Should I add the inspiration? Sure. 10, baby! So that's
Oh,
actually
so 29.
29.
What does it do with an attack roll, Wander?
It just adds to 1 attack roll. This can be
Right.
added after, added to it without seeing the roll. The target and each creature of your choice that you can see within, they must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take thunder damage equal to the number rolled on the Bardic Inspiration die.
Okay, so here's what happens. Wander is a College of Creation bard, so he's able to kind of create and, make things happen. And so his inspiration gives a bonus ability. So in this case, with attack roll, what's going to happen is, Yenni, you're going to go ahead and roll your damage for the attack.
And... okay, got it.
Okay, and then you're gonna add 9 points of thunder damage on top of that.
Got it.
So what's the
Okay,
total?
So that's 17 total.
So Yenni makes purchase with an extra inspiration. The monkey goes, and then kind of goes into the axe strike, and it just goes into right in between that weak points. You almost think you're going to miss, but then you get that extra inspiration. It goes into the beetle and makes purchase with a thunderous kind of clapping into, and it shakes the room, almost like surprising you, like, wow, where did this come from? She hits hard and an extra thunder damage, and now this once very sturdy beetle now looks really hurt. Like you knocked it out. Melbin would say it's bloody. All right. I believe. Do you have a bonus action, or I think that's your turn?
I have a second attack.
Oh, you have a second attack. That's
Yeah,
right.
that's right.
That's right. Let's see if the second attack hits.
Let's see. Ooh. 21?
Oh, that hits.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
All right.
But this one will not have thunder damage, correct?
Correct.
Okay, got it. Okay. And that's just 12 damage on that one.
All right. That's still pretty good. This thing looks really hurt now. You kind of, I'll say you don't even like move the axe. You just kind of like push it in, like just slowly.
Dear Lord.
And you hear these kind of areas of bug shell cracking and splitting, and the beetle's kind of like down, and it's like, ah! It's kind of trying to get out from the axe. It's looking pretty hurt. Igneous, you're on top of this, riding the shell as Yenni is pushing into it. What would you like to do?
Riding the shell. I rolled terribly before, so I feel like I'll be able to actually hit it this time, and I got some bardic inspiration if necessary. So, first attack, 16. I'll add bardic inspiration to that.
Okay.
So that would be adding a d10, right?
Yep.
16 plus 10. Ooh, 26.
Ooh, 26. Okay, that hits. That hits. So make your regular damage.
So the attack damage will be 10.
10. And then 10 thunder damage. Describe your victory.
Yeah! I like.
So Igneous with your fist, right?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it. How do you want to?
I just like punch right through the exoskeleton and into the like inner beetle guts, and that's when this like probably unexpected to me thunder damage releases inside of it, and it just explodes outward, makes a mess.
This little inspiration, which took the form of a gem, Chris let us know, goes with your fist into the beetle with an unexpected extra power and just shakes the carapace of the beetle. The little wings just, the gigantic wings of the beetle fall off to your side, and the legs just splay out. And it kind of twitches, and the legs are twitching, and Yenni pushes its axe her axe a little further, and with your fist in the axe, this beetle is dead before you. That ends its life. You still have you have another attack if you want to attack insects. But...
Yeah, I can't really like cast a spell or anything, so I'll just like punch at any insect I can reach.
Yeah. All right, make an attack.
That will be 16.
16 will hit. So I'll say like you kind of flail your legs up and around, has a tornado kick, and you just like swat through a couple of insects with pretty awesomeness of kicks. Theo, you are up.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Igneous, do you want to use any movement to go anywhere other than the beetle? Do you want to head towards one of the spires? Do you want to move away from the insect?
No, I'd probably just stay in place and ready to
assess this. Okay.
Release some fire next turn.
All right. Theo, you're up, followed by Diedre.
Okay, I'm going to summon a flaming sphere in the air, and just have it kind of fly around and try and take out as many bugs as possible.
Do they have to make a save?
It is a dex saving throw.
Okay. I'm going to guess
So
a
I guess
7.
at first it just appears, I think, is the first round, and then next time I could move it. So I'm just going to have it kind of appear kind of above us to kind of, maybe it'll attract them and they'll all fly into it. Like a big bug
let's see if
zapper.
that happens. I'll make an intelligence save and see if they roll a natural 1, then insects will actually fly into it. Nope, that does not happen. Okay. But it does take out quite a few insects above you.
Great.
And they will avoid it.
Great.
They failed their con save, so you just hear squeals. You've taken out about 50% of the insects. There was quite a lot, but there's still about half of the insects left. There's no more giant beetles, though. And you get the sense from that spray that the giant beetle is what created this kind of crystalline, sugary kind of outer layer, that it was the source of like the cocoons that these things are in on the towers.
Okay.
So you've taken out the source, but there's still all of these other insects that are inside that are attacking you. So giant sphere took out a bunch of insects. Anything else?
Nope.
All right.
Yeah. Nope.
Okay, Diedre, you're up.
Okay. So there's no more of the big beetles left. It's all just the little.
Yeah. You can you're within jumping distance if you want to hop over to another tower.
Yeah, I'll do that. And I want to climb all the way up so I can get a look at what's at the top of the next one.
Make a wisdom check.
Wisdom.
Or let's say investigation to see if you get a sense of which tower you should go to.
14.
All right. You kind of Mission Impossible style leap over and grab on to another tower with no problem because of your climbing ability. You make your way up and get to another one of these embryos. You get a sense that, based on the shape, that this is probably another bug, but it's not humanoid. However, the next tower over, you see clearly some kind of humanoid shape inside of it. It's about 7 feet away from you. So on your next turn, you could leap over and get to that.
Can I... Okay. Did that... I'm assuming that the jumping was movement, not an action.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's movement, but because it's like kind of all of your ability to get over there. Yeah.
Basically trying to see if I could just go ahead and ping a crossbow bolt down into the bug ether just to do a little something.
What do you want to do?
Just hit a bug.
Oh yeah, you can hit a bug, sure.
Okay.
You got weapons.
Be 23 to hit plus my bracers of archery, so that's
they absolutely hit.
Actually, I lied. It's to my damage.
Okay.
This is with my crossbow.
Oh, with crossbow, yeah. So you kind of shoot the crossbow out, like leaning back and shoot the crossbow, and it just shish kebabs several insects together, and it just lands inside of one of the walls on the far side.
Darlings, I think there's a humanoid of some sort in that next one over there. I'm going to go take a look-see.
All right. Everyone except Theo, who has created a sphere of flame near him. I want everyone else to make a dexterity save.
And again, if you're within 10 feet, +4.
Okay, so that would be Wander and Yenni and Theo.
17.
Okay.
7. I rolled a 2.
7 will fail.
17.
17 succeeds. 17 succeeds for Wander. Igneous, go ahead and give me that too.
15.
15 will fail. So, Igneous, Theo, Melbin, you guys will take 18 points of piercing damage from all these insects.
Come on now. Ugh.
This won't help, but because
Oh, wait, sorry. Theo, I said you didn't have to do that. I'm sorry. I apologize. So never mind. But Igneous and Melbin.
Ugh.
Yeah, 18 points. Diedre, make a dexterity save.
Cat! 23.
Okay, you're fine.
I'm very, very, very dexterous.
Yes.
I am not.
I thought you would be. All right, so the beetle, that was the insects. The beetle is dead. Melbin, you're up.
Yep, I'm going after the insects. I rolled a 23 and a 26.
Those both hit. Okay.
So smashy, smashy.
All right. More swings. Just Thor's hammer axe. Kind of just woof woof, taking out more of these. Just helicoptering through the insects. There's only about maybe like 30, 40 of these insects, which I'm going to say proportionally is about 25% left of the insects. So they're getting less and less dense. They're still annoying as all get out, but they're there. There's less of them,
And the frogs are still out.
and the
Eating 'em up.
frogs are still out. Oh well, sorry, we didn't have the frogs. I didn't realize. Yeah, so we'll say the frogs are just continually. So they take out another 10 or so. Now there's even less. They're just on auto tone.
Yep.
Wander, you're up.
All right, and
Followed by Yenni.
Is there still a dense section of these insects?
Yeah.
Because I got more shatter to throw at them, baby.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, let's do that. Except
Absolutely.
Let's scale it up. We're gonna go.
That's
fifth
a
level.
con save or a dex save?
Let's see, I think that is a con save. Yep, con.
Right. Man, the insects are not rolling great. They rolled an 11, so that's gonna fail. So I'm gonna say just because of how they insta kill pretty much. There's just so many of them. But go ahead and roll damage
Oh, yeah.
to see how many you take out.
Okay. Do-do-do-do-do.
What level are you doing shatter at?
I'm doing a big level, 5th, and
Ooh.
but I didn't do the roll wasn't that good. I got 24.
That's so I'm gonna say describe your victory.
All right. Yeah.
That was enough. That was enough to wipe the rest of them out. This gigantic wave of thunder energy. How do you want to flourish? What's the flavor here?
Yeah, so Wander, he's been all coming back to him. He's been back home, and the gems was really exciting. That just got his eyes all lit up, and now it's just kind of the world's his wonderland. And he just raises both of his meaty swimmer's paws, and mutters, and then this little pulse comes out of him, and then the insects explode. With all their guts and their viscerous just gleaming in
just
the
winter wonderland of insect guts falling down around
yeah.
the floating down, falling down.
Yeah. And then he starts picking up the gems off the ground. And putting
Okay,
them
you'll hop down to okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6, 7, 8. One at a time.
Yeah.
All right, you have destroyed all of the insects and the beetle. Congratulations. The combat is ended, and I'll say now Diedre is pretty confident that she's able to identify where this there's a humanoid shape
Yes,
inside
I
of
want
one
to
of the
go to
embers.
there.
Okay. You've made it up. Is anybody else joining Diedre, or how do you want to try to open this thing up?
Well, I do have a flaming sphere.
That's right. It's still active.
So I'll like send it around like the edge of the thing and like kind of burn up any other like larva or web or any of the nasty sugar stuff and just kind of clean up, cauterize the inside of this space with the.
As the flame goes around the outside, it starts to caramelize and start to melt and drip down. Some of it start to actually drip down in front of the entrance of the tunnel that you go into. So you kind of quickly like, no. Probably melting it would not be a great idea as you're starting to do that. So you keep it towards the center.
All right. Well, I'll hold on to it in case we need to take anything out.
Yeah. But you could melt some of the sugar towers, the crystal towers from the bottom, so they kind of start melting down. If you want to.
Well, let's see what Diedre comes up with.
Okay, Diedre, how do you want to open this thing up? I mean, do you want to chip at it? Do you want to just smash it?
I feel like I would try to look and see if there were any cracks or any indications my background is as a thief, so I'm used to kind of looking for the path of least resistance.
Yeah.
So I'd be looking for like if I could see like maybe a seam where this thing had been sealed. Am I able to see anything like about the person? Like, do they look scary or do they look friendly or?
They look blue, and there is a dark cloak or shape of some kind, and you think you can make out some horns.
All right, good enough for me. So yeah, I'll see if I can find like maybe a seam that I could wedge open or just what looks like.
Give me a I think for this we're gonna do sleight of hand. Because okay. Yeah, you're able to get in with a dagger with the blade, kind of chip away at an area that seems weaker with all of the action and everything like that, a little bit thinner where the shape is closer. Igneous, you said you made your way up there as well.
Yep.
You want to attack with some fist strikes, well placed kind of key strikes.
Yeah.
All right. With the both of you smashing and kind of chipping away, you're able to get big enough chunks of the outer embryo away where it starts to fall out, and enough where big crystal sections of this outer area fall off, and a humanoid shape falls loosely unconscious kind of towards you. Its lower torso still kind of contained within this sugar embryo, but it kind of falls forward.
Bring him here and I will heal him.
Okay. The two of you, Igneous and Diedre, manage to grab him. Igneous kind of like deftly jumps down, holding him, fireman carry, and falls down. Melbin, you get a chance to heal this guy.
I'll do some. Does he appear to be alive? That would be the first.
Barely.
Okay, I'll lay on hands.
It looks like he was kind of since you've healed before. It looks like he was kind of in a hibernation state, barely kept alive, probably for later digestion. So okay, lay on hands.
Yeah, I'll do 20 points of healing.
Okay. He is healed up, and luckily he is removed from disease, as lay on hands tends to do that too. And he kind of perks up and he's like, "Oh my goodness, hello. Thank you, sir."
Hello, are you...
I forgot the name. Hang on.
My name is Cyrano.
Cyrano, hello.
And I'll show my knight tattoo.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Oh, he's showing off your skin.
Somehow underneath all my armor, I'm showing this off.
Yeah. You kind of have a little panel you lift up, and you're like, here's the tattoo door.
I am Melbin Gelrod. We are here to rescue you.
Excellent. More knights of the realm. I'm so glad that you have found me. This is fantastic. I have found myself captured, and I would very much like to leave here.
I should
Oh,
warn you that
wait.
we are quite small right now.
I know. I was made small by this hag that I made a deal with. I was trying to rid of this tree friend. I guess we're in it now, but I was not successful. I did this giant beetle. Where is the beetle?
He has been defeated.
Oh, good. Yes, it was. I'm afraid I was overwhelmed, and I was. Well, you know what happened.
No worries, friend.
And I'll clap him on the shoulder.
But the hag, is the hag dead too?
No, she sent us here to revive her tree.
He kind of looks around at all of you and sees there's several knights, and then he actually recognizes Wander. Wander?
Oh, Cyrano.
Oh, my friend, it is good to see you.
You found yourself in it this time.
I should have taken... I thought it was going to be merely a reconnaissance mission, but it was much more dangerous than I thought. Thank you for coming.
Hey, you like my home?
If you're talking about the Zola Spiral...
Yes, the
in general?
Zolar Spiral. Just a quick Yelp review.
I would visit maybe if I was very desperate. I would not like to live here. I'm sorry.
That's well said. Beautiful.
It's not my favorite place to come to. Sorry. I would very much like to leave here.
Oh, don't worry, the frogs are with us.
And the flaming spear. Just
Yes,
continue.
come on, gang, let's go.
All right, so for the sake of time, I'll say that you make your way out. There are no bugs that get in your way. This flaming sphere just kind of follows behind you. Are you keeping it up, or do you want to dissipate?
I'm going to write it till that spell expires.
You can kind of melt. It follows you, and it's melting and kind of sealing the outside or the inside, so that nothing can kind of make its way in. It's just this wall of caramel. It's kind of coming down.
Perfect.
It's the place of my dreams. A wall of caramel.
Delicious.
Delicious. And all of you kind of make your way out onto the bark, and you see this towering, gigantic Statue of Liberty sized in proportion hag that looks down at you and gets really close, leans in, and sees that there is an extra person and looks at the tree, and then she says, okay, and snaps her finger, and then all of a sudden you are all enlarged and embiggened enough to where now you are back in your proportion, and you are the size that you were, maybe a half an inch smaller, but pretty much you kind of tingle a little bit and find yourself back in front in the swamp, but back where you were in front of Old Tula, the belle of the bog.
Sorry.
Your friend has been cured of his wounds.
And she places a withered hand on this tree, and she kind of takes a breath and closes her eyes. Kind of sharply looks at Melbin, looks at the tiefling that's kind of holding on to Wander. And she says, I thank you kindly with all my heart. So I'll grant thee a gift before we part. Name a skill that you could use, and I'll abide what you choose. All of you get to pick a feat.
Ooh. Do we have to pick that now, or can we?
You can. I'll say you can pick it later, but just in the time that you are there, she is granting you a feat of your choice.
Awesome.
For
Very
saving her home and her tree.
Question.
Thank you, Rhymy Hag.
Do I get the sense...
Yeah, you like her now, don't you?
Which is cool. Do I get the sense that all the infection that we saw, like, because it's gotten gradually worse as we got towards the center, was stemming from this tree? Or do I think that there's still a more pervasive problem?
Yeah, so I would like... Does your divine sense, it's for fiends, what is it for?
It is... I always have to look this up. Celestial, fiend, or undead. I think.
Or undead, okay. I will say, because of your divine sense, the rot and decay is actually a necrotic damage that is it's not a being, but what you sense, and I'll say that Theo and also Wander, you're collectively, you kind of get the sense slowly over a couple of minutes as you're thinking about like, what kind of maybe I'll take sharpshooter, maybe I'll be a little bit more dexterous, or maybe I'll get that point of dexterity back or something like that. Like as you're all kind of thinking about what kind of abilities you want to enhance about yourselves, you get the sense that the rotting is sort of starting to abide, and nature is kind of coming back. It's going to take some time, but it's not from the sugar beetle that was inside causing this decay, but it's actually stemming from Tula herself, and the fact that she's now not worried and happy has caused this area to start to mend.
She's an effective dreamer.
Mm-hmm.
Fun.
She says, a powerful life I had back home. Pixies to eat and lands to roam. Sought out I was by a vengeful blight. Octavia, conqueror of night. She thought me a threat to her grand design. So she cast me out, and I lost what was mine. Here I've dwelled in the swamp and mire, gathering power and fueling desire.
What was the exact thing she said? Octavia what?
Conqueror of night.
That's what it was.
Thank you, lady. Oh, think you're neat. But mostly 'cause you gave us a feat. And he bows.
Please promise me that's the last time you'll be doing that.
Right. That's all for tonight.
She looks to her side, to her left and to her right, and you see from behind her, from behind the trees, two massive lurking trolls kind of poke out their heads, and they go, and she says, not now, it's fine. It's all part of the grand design. And they kind of inch back little bits. Like she was ready to throw down if need be, but she's called off her trolls that were at the ready. You have succeeded in your mission. It looks like you've kind of caused the cancerous rot of Zolar Spiral and the swamp of Lothlorien to subside. And you all know how to get back with the tattoos.
Well,
place your fingers on your do a double tap of the fingers, and you go away with some sort of feat, which we'll figure out later. And you go back to the temple of Glorn inside, having several hours have passed with the travel and everything. You all stink. As you come back to the Grumble Gate, Raffaella is there working on some scrolls. She looks up and she says, "Oh, excellent. It's been a... Oh, my goodness. Oh, to the baths with you, please. Boone, please, can you do something about the..." She's like, "Oh, okay, I'll take you. Follow me. I don't really have a nose, so it doesn't bother me. It's fine. Oh, hey, how's it going? Hi, how's it going, you guys? Come on, follow me. I'll show you where the baths are."
Thank you, friend Boone.
He takes you up and he's, "Do you want a communal bath or do you want to just go back to your rooms?"
Oh, that's okay on the communal. No, I don't think that's how we roll.
Either way is fine with me.
No.
Melbin's very Greco-Roman. He's just like,
fair.
"Yes, take me to the bathhouse." All right, so everybody kind of,
I would like a bath.
Dropping plate mail
Perhaps
behind him.
Perhaps
and as you're dropping plate mail, Boone is like telekinetically like picking it up and making a little floating ball of armor, and he's like, "I'll have this cleaned. It's okay. I'll take care of it."
Thank you.
So you guys clean up. Some time goes over. You each take the stench off. Unseen servants come in and help you scrub down areas of your clothes and whatnot. And over some time, you gather again in the foyer and wander. And you and your cousin Pluon are there. You've gathered all your things, and you're ready to, you kind of say your goodbyes as you're ready to be teleported back to the habitable place of Zolar Spiral, kind of saying that, "Oh, it's time to, well, cousin, I think it's time, you got rid of all the bad stuff. Maybe we should tell everybody it's time to move back."
We're gonna be so popular.
Yeah. Can you say maybe that I helped out a little bit that mission since I caused you to come here? Maybe I could kind of be a part of that.
You have to put it in a letter that'll go in the in our square of our town that it was me who did it. This is my credit, Pluon, not like last time.
Okay, I mean, that's fine. All right. I mean, I've done some good things in the past too,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is a personal conversation and we don't need to be into this.
All right, it's fine. I mean, it's not like you're going around with all the heroes of where was that? What was that place who were those people that you were rolling with for a while?
Oh man, yeah, my old crew, good old Ramara, and my old buddy Massimo Lionheart.
Oh, I heard he's a very powerful and popular hero.
He's quite handsome too.
People like him.
Yeah.
And that's what I'll say about him.
I've heard he's one of the most popular characters on the podcast. Yeah.
I mean, they just kind of used you when they needed some help. I mean, you weren't actually like part of that group,
No, just they're an old crew. Old.
They roll deep.
We go really back.
And they kind of continue to talk. The turtles are talking. Is there anything else that you wanna say?
I just want to say to Igneous, to Theo, to Diedre, to Yenni, and to Melbin, thank you for embracing me and treating me as one of your own. And if you have any of my gems, please give them back.
Well met, good friend. Fair journey.
Pleasure to meet ya.
All right, with that, we will call it a game. Thank you, Chris Reed.
Thanks, Chris.
That was so fun.